River State advocates ways of molding street children for a better society. Nigerians continue to express enthusiasm to pursue their goals and dreams in the new year. Plus, President Muhammadu Buhari appoints Dr. Doyin Salami as Chief Economic Advisor. Details in just a moment. Good evening. Welcome to NTA News at 7. I am Erika Ivi. Now on the news in details. Statistics shows that about 30 million African children are living on the streets, and they constitute the poor and homeless children between the ages of 6 and above, comprises of boys and girls who live on the streets of cities, towns, or villages with no permanent place to sleep. These children remain part and parcel of the society, often overlooked by government, policymakers, as well as the society. Correspondent in these special reports tries to find out why street children are a threat to society. Children, no doubt, are gifts from God. However, where these children are abandoned and left to fend for themselves as a result of failed economy, inequality, as well as exclusion from the society, then such a society could breed all kinds of people, including the street children.
I was maltreated by my stepmother at home, so they now drove me out of the house, and my father told me that I should not live with him again. So I now decided to come and live in the street. I normally do hustling. I push that truck to buy iron.
Look about us. They don't even know that we are children of tomorrow. Nobody give us food. Now sometimes we sleep in outside and be packing rubber and go and sell in the market.
When I came here, my father ran and left me, so I'm in the street now.
Calabar, the Cross River State capital, is not without street children, who oftentimes minors, who live and survive in public landfills, motor parks, uncompleted buildings, and they could be found sleeping on bare grounds, pavement, while begging become a major treat.
Sometimes if my friend locked door, I'll come to the bus stop and sleep, so to go back to the house in the next day.
I don't have any place to stay. I'm just anytime I've been sleeping at the bus stop, or sometimes I sleep with my friend.
These children, who are vulnerable to abuse, exploitation, addiction, and crime, are made more difficult as a result of social perceptions as street children.
The post-traumatic stress disorder is a disorder that can affect an individual, not only a child, based on the experiences that he has had in the past.
Children as gift from God. That is not the way children are supposed to be in the street. Children are supposed to be in their parents.
The government can open a school, a recreational center, or anywhere that they can learn trades.
Some stakeholders maintain that street children are a threat to public safety, attributed the trend to failed families, communities, and government in their roles and responsibilities.
Some of them now are grown up now. They constitute a nuisance to the society. Many of them are into prostitution, some of them are into robbery and other kind of vices.
Well, these street children, it's really something I feel the society and the government should take a critical look at, because it is something that is a menace to the society. It's a time bomb, a threat waiting to happen, and we need to act fast.
Respondents say, although they have been on the street for most part of their lives, if love is demonstrated through a design and effective interventions by stakeholders to protect and provide opportunities for street children, it can be of help, for it is not too late to look into the plight of street children. In Calabar, Erika Ivi, NTA News. And moving on to COVID-19 updates. Cross River State had recorded 2 new cases of COVID-19 out of 670 new cases of the virus recorded in Nigeria as at 3rd of January 2022. Lagos State also recorded 277 cases, Kaduna 199, followed by FCT with 120 cases. Kwara 20 cases, Abia 14, and Rivers State recorded 11 cases. Other states affected by the disease are Gombe and Katsina, which recorded 9 cases each. Bauchi recorded 6 cases, while Edo State had 3 cases. The total number of confirmed cases of the virus stands at 244,120, in which 216,180 persons were treated and discharged, while 3,045 persons died so far. Still on COVID-19, the emergence of COVID-19 3 years ago affected the socio-economic life of the people, truncated implementation of government's program and projects nationwide. Respondents who spoke with NTA News Crew says these impacts span across major areas like the economy, education, health, and social life, of which Nigerians are still battling to contend with, while hoping that the situation will normalize next year. Leo Ajam reports.
Nigeria was among the first countries in sub-Saharan Africa to identify COVID-19 cases and has since implemented strict protocols and guidelines to check the spread of the pandemic. Nevertheless, many of the primary effects of COVID-19 crisis in Nigeria have largely been on the nation's economy, and Cross River State inclusive, as respondent testifies.
In time past, by this time of the year, the end of the year like this, everywhere on the road, hotels and bar, you have to decorate it, paint it, and make it clean.
Medical workers who have been in the forefront of assisting government to check the spread of this virus have their story to tell on its impact.
But I see a federal establishment in this state I will rate it as improved much better than it was in 2019 and early parts of 2020. And the staff there had been more steady working than they were before. A lot of our young doctors, even senior doctors, who have thought that they would not go out again, they are ready to retire and provide services within, have eventually opted to go out of the country. They work in other countries. That means that the condition had been deteriorating, and 2021 had seen the highest number of doctors exiting out of the country.
As the year 2022 comes, the respondents are optimistic that Nigerians and the nation will weather the storm to forge ahead.
Pray to God that, good governance will come in.
We must fight in spirit of purpose. And I know very well that greatness has nothing to do with age, size, or height, but it has a lot to do with attitude. We must redefine our attitude. Let Nigeria speak first before us.
The respondent, however, appealed to people to align and support government policies and programs for a better and economically strong Nigeria. In Calabar, Leo Ajom, NTA News.
The need to continue to watch closely the development in the global oil and gas industry with regard to the COVID-19 pandemic remains sacrosanct, especially with the new variant, Omicron. OPEC Secretary General Mohamed Sanusi Bakindo, during the 58th meeting of the Joint Technical Committee of OPEC, says the 2022 growth forecast remains unchanged at 4.2%. This, he added, is a sign of the world's economic resilience. According to him, the world had learned several lessons over the past 2 years, and many economies are now better equipped to manage COVID-19 and its effects. In addition to closely monitoring the evolving impact of the Omicron variant, other factors to consider will be the varying speed of vaccine rollout worldwide. The first meeting of OPEC in 2022 also applauded the contributions of OPEC and non-OPEC declaration of cooperation delegates for their continued support in advancing the joint effort to achieve sustainable oil market stability. Moving on, a chief economic advisor to the president has been appointed. He is Dr. Doyin Salami, up till now chairman of the Presidential Economic Advisory Council. A 1989 doctorate degree graduate in economics, Queen Mary College, University of London, Doyin Salami, 59, is managing director and head market practice at Kainos Age Consulting Limited, and member of the adjunct faculty at the Lagos Business School Pan-Atlantic University, where he recently attained the rank of Senior Fellow Associate Professor. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says the Chief Economic Advisor to the President is expected to address all issues on the domestic economic and present views on them to the President, closely monitored national and international development, trains and developed appropriate policy responses, developed and recommend to the President national economic policies to foster microeconomic stability, promote growth, create jobs, and eradicate poverty, among others. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has appealed to the public to respect the privacy of any distressed person at the airport by desisting from just merely watching, recording, or broadcast anyone in distress, which usually prevents emergency rescue teams from performing their duties. This is coming on the heels of an Air Peace-bound passenger who collapsed at Abuja Airport, but was immediately revived by FAND official who performed cardiopulmonary resuscitation before the arrival of the medical experts. A statement by FAND General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Henrietta Yakubu, urges stakeholders to always be orderly and proactive in the face of emergency situations. You're watching news reaching you from the studio of Nta Calabar. You can also watch these newscasts from my YouTube channel at YouTube/NTA Calabar. More news when we return. Don't go away. Nigerians have continued to express enthusiasm to pursue their goals and dreams in the new year, while believing that the year 2022 will be better for the states and the nation at large. Udwaleton completes the reports.
There is no doubt that the year 2021 has been challenging for so many Nigerians, even as a nation economically and otherwise. High cost of foodstuff and other commodities, some Nigerians noted that this has created negative impact on the common man.
I wouldn't say it was a very good year for me, but we were able to survive. I believe that 2022, from the look of things, is going to be a very good year.
I've benefited a lot from the year, but although people are complaining about the year, but on my own side, it's going well. What I wish for next year, that next year should be better than this 2021.
No matter everything is hard, but I thank God for the life. The 2022 will be very, very okay.
Despite COVID-19, insecurity and other challenges experienced in 2021, Nigerians are hopeful that the year 2022 will be better.
We entered the year just coming out from a position that we thought we are coming out of COVID. And as we left 2020, we were feeling a little comfortable thinking that we've come out of COVID. And so we came into the year with all amounts of hope. Well, during the COVID pandemic, a lot of things happened in the health sector.
It is the wish of the people that the economy will change for better in the upcoming year. In Calabar, Udwak Etam, NTA News.
Goal setting is a process of thinking about what one intends to achieve in future to serve motivation in bringing the vision for the future into reality. Correspondent Nta Calabar in this report sought the view of some informed opinion on how people should conduct themselves while pursuing their set goal, particularly for the year 2022.
In order to achieve set goals in 2022, many respondents highlight key areas of concentration to include attitudinal change towards issues in all aspects of life, stressing that people must play their part to complement God's plan for man.
If you have passed through what you passed through in 2021, natural wisdom teaches that you shouldn't repeat those things that caused you to suffer. If you live like that, you can't fulfill. What you experienced in 2021 is going to play back. Because if there are no changes, you can't have a different kind of result. So how we are expected to live is you are expected to live in the fear of God, loving one another as we love ourselves, rejecting the things that God does not like, living our lives to please God, obeying the law of the land, the law of government, and obey the laws that govern where you find yourself. If you live a life of obedience, you will discover that the law is not against you. And whoever wants to be against you because wants to capitalize on your obedience, God knows how to fight such a person.
By the grace of God, it amounts to nothing when we only make a pronouncement of 2021, we make a pronouncement of 2022, and make a pronouncement of 2023. If we don't change in our attitude and in our character, it remains the same. They should return back to truth, and they shouldn't allow themselves to be carried by what people around them are saying. We should tell ourselves the truth. What is not good is not good, and what is good, it is worth doing.
Others call for self-evaluation and determination through hard work with the fear of God for a better life.
This year is going to be better than every other year. We are expecting something better to come to us this year, 2022, because we know it is God alone that can do all things.
With God first, every other thing will be possible. Because without God, there is nothing on earth that will be possible.
They enumerate three major procedures towards achieving set goals to include goal process, performance, and the outcome. In Calabar, Nta Calabar, NTA News.
Now on security, the Akwa Ibom State Police Command has arrested one suspected impersonator who specializes in using fake social media accounts of public officials to dupe unsuspecting members of the public. Luck ran out of the suspect while attempting to dupe a female victim with a fake Facebook account of Akwa Ibom State Commissioner of Lands and Housing, Pastor Umo Eno. Clement Bariku reports.
December 14, 2021 was like every other day for the suspect, Kevin, as he had perfected plans to get another victim. He had created fake Facebook accounts bearing the name of the Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Lands and Housing, Pastor Umo Eno. Investigations show that Kevin has been in the act for more than 7 months.
I don't know what came about me, sir.
Okay. How many women have you used the name of Pastor Moore to sleep with?
4, sir.
Also in police net is a suspect who allegedly macheted a legal practitioner to death in Ibesikpo Sultan local government area, while 4 others were apprehended for ritual killing.
The suspect, Peter Edward, took the deceased out from the drinking bar, but never returned with her home. A few days later, Body parts of the deceased were found in a bag by passers-by.
The suspect will be charged to court at the end of police investigations. In Oyo, Clement Barikuin, Nta News.
Still on security, the Imo State Police Command has successfully repelled an attempt at setting the palace of Eze Emmanuel Okeke ablaze by men suspected to be members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. A statement signed by the police public relations officer Imo State Command, Michael Abaten, indicates that the attack, which occurred on Monday, January 3rd, 2022, at Ezoha, Amafeke in Olu local government area of Imo State, was successfully repelled by the command's tactical team in synergy with the vigilante group in the area. According to this statement, the hoodlums in their numbers besieged the palace of the traditional ruler armed with assorted weapons, but were subdued by the tactical teams, while one of the hoodlums was neutralized and others escaped with bullet injuries. Items recovered from the bandits include charms, one locally made improved explosive device, and one pump-action gun with 4 live cartridges, among others. Meanwhile, the command's tactical team are in search of the fleeing bandits with a view to arresting the fleeing members of the gang. The Commissioner of Police Imo State Command, Rabiu Hyozani, has however commended the officers of the command for their effort and appeal to indigents of the state for more support. Away from security, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released a timetable and schedule of activities for the conduct of the June 18, 2022 Ekiti State Governorship election. The timetable from the INEC headquarters indicates that notice of election has already been pasted at the INEC state office at Ado-Ekiti, while party primaries start from the 4th and end on the 29th of January 2022. According to the report, last day of withdrawal and replacement of candidates is 25th of February, while the campaigns begins on the 20th of March and will be rounded off on the 16th of June. The 14-item timetable will be concluded with the conduct of election on the 18th of June 2022. INEC advises all the 18 political parties to follow the schedule judiciously. With that report, we draw the curtain tonight, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Stakeholders in Cross River State has advocated ways of molding street children for a better society. Nigerians have continued to express enthusiasm to pursue their goals and dreams in the new year. It was also in the news that President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Dr. Doyin Salami as Chief Economic Advisor. That is the news. Thanks for watching. Good night.